if any of you watch my other videos, you know I've got a K100 project starting. I've needed to bend some sheet metal, so never one to look a gift project in the mouth with an excuse to buy new tools. Off to the Harbor Freight I go. Sure, I got enough steel and I've got stuff here that I could have fabric cobbled. Probably a bender better than what I could have bought, but I like to tinker. I wanted to see if I could improve upon the 18-inch bender they sell. It's 37 bucks. I had a 20% off coupon, and then while I was there looking, I know everybody complains that you have to clamp the piece of metal to the backside. It comes loose. In case you guys haven't seen it, this is the fine Harbor Freight 18-inch bender. Mounts to the table right there. You got some little arm things. Up it goes. This gets sandwiched, and gotta pay attention. This actually has a focus. Actually has bevels on the edge. So you got a little bevel here and a little bevel there. It gives you those extra couple of degrees you need in order to, you know, go a little bit past 90. So I was in there looking around, and I know some people use C-clamps, some people have, they've got some kind of funky low-profile clamps. I've even seen wood clamps used. Came across these. This is their drill press clamp. Looks like a set of vice grips. Looks like it'd be much easier to apply a set of vice grips than it would be to sit there and spin the screw on a C-clamp or whatever, because when you're bending a box or you're bending, you know, you're making a bunch of compound bends, the last thing you want to do is have to stop, realign, you know, then reclamp. So my idea here is on the back of the bender, there's nothing to index this plate. So every single time that you pop the clamps, you have to go through the trouble of making sure that everything's lined up. My thoughts are that I want to weld some stops on the back side. I've got some flat bar here somewhere. There it is. Got some flat bar here, and my idea is to, I don't want to take up very much of the brake's room here, so, you know, maybe just enough right there, maybe a ½ inch or so, and I'll burn it in there and I'll burn it in on the back side, and I'll do that on both sides. And my thoughts of it, I haven't tried this yet. We're doing this on a wing and a prayer, basically, is that when you put the plate in, just slam it right to the stop on both sides, and then drop the clamps down. Now, the clamps, they come like this. They've got this threaded portion, all this jazz. I'm thinking that I can whack off this threaded portion, weld it down here, and then I've got a constant clamp. All I have to do is pop the clamps on both sides, because I got two of them. Pop the clamps on both sides, pull out my piece of metal, slide to the next brake, bend it, repeat. Now, they do extend over, you know, probably about 3 inches or so, but that'll put more pressure down here. There has been people that have drilled the plates like towards the middle, welded in nuts so they could put like an eye bolt screw to put a little bit more downward pressure. The only brakes I've really seen modified on YouTube were the 30-inch ones. With this little 18, I'm not sure we need that. We'll have clamps on both sides. They're going to go in probably about 2.5, 3 inches. We'll give it a whack. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to clean off this paint here, and then we'll work on cutting off this thread. We'll get some chunks of this flat bar. I mean, this is no special flat bar. It's just 3/4, 1/8 inch. and like I said, I'll whack off just a little bit, and then we'll get it burned in, and we'll see what happens. Another thing, maybe those of you that have a thinner workbench or something like that could probably take and enlarge this hole and use this as a bolt down clamp without actually cutting it off. You probably could just go right through, go right into your workbench, and you know, spin the A4 provided bottom on there and clamp it right down without any welding needed. Alright, still got a little bit of a nipple on the bottom, just a little piece. I'm going to touch them up over here on the grinder. Alright, it looks like probably a ½ inch will do her. Alright, now we need to clean up, get rid of some of this paint so we can burn in. Alright, there's the general idea. The clamp I'm going to weld to this piece of the angle bracket that's attached to the bender. Make sure when you line it up that you try to get your clamp centered in the bar, and then fire up your welder and burn it in. Alright, I guess there we have it, the Central Machinery 18-inch bending brake, item number 39103. And the drill press locking clamps, item number 36221. Alright, we've modified the brake. We still have one screw open that we can use to clamp down to a bench. We have the, let me pop the clamp. We have the stops we put in the back. We have the clamps we modified right there. Now we can easily re-index this thing every time we want to make a bend, and these are nice and fast. The piece of metal I bent earlier was some 16 gauge. You know, wasn't no joke. I think this is only rated to bend 18 gauge. No, I lie. They're in big starry print up to 16 gauge. Well, it bent 16 gauge. Hope this video was helpful. You need any tips, tricks, got a comment? Leave it below. Thanks. Quick addendum. I just went ahead and clamped it to my bench, and we'll see if we can make some multiple bends. Alright. Nice and easy. Up. And booyah. Helps if you don't have twisted up metal. Boom. Sweet. Helps when it's mounted. I just use some regular old wood clamps mounted at my bench. Got a wider piece of 16 gauge. We'll see what she does. Alright, stuck it under, hit my stops, locked it down. Ooh. I don't think she likes the wide piece. Just wanting to flex that thing in the middle. Oh yeah, it's bowing that sucker up. Alright, let's give it a little less meat to chew on. Alright. Alright, it bent that. I mean, that's some thick 16 gauge stuff. It's probably what, about 5-6 inches, yeah, 5 1/4. It bent that 5 1/4, but still flexing this. I will probably look for some quarter wall angle iron or something, or a different piece of flat stock to replace this Chinesian. The bender arms and everything else seemed to handle it, but this sucker was bowing like a tree in the breeze. Alright, good luck with it. Thanks. Addendum to the addendum, because I just can't leave well enough alone. Thanks to my ever-growing scrap pile, I found this, I think it's 1/8 inch. Yeah, 1/8 inch, inch and a half. 1/8 inch, inch and a half angle, and then I had this small piece of 1/8 inch, that's probably half angle. So what I did is burn that onto that, and what you can do, see, I've already did some test bends off camera. Oh, I didn't look like an idiot. So I put that on there, and then kind of just put that over top as like a brace, and then everything clamps down in place. The alignment tabs are still in the back, keeps everything nice and kosher. You're able to flip it up and bend, and like you can see, I mean, I made some good bends with it. Problem I see now is this is starting to flex, so I might take some amount of that 1/2 inch angle, and I might weld that underneath to kind of, I don't know, I-beam, structural beam it, whatever, give it some flex support. But hey, that's nice. No set screws, just stuffed in a hole. Alright, but there you go. If you want to try to beef it up, if you're going to be doing 16 gauge on the regular, find you some angle iron. If you can find 1.5 inch in quarter, that'd probably be awesome. I don't have any in the shop. It's just kind of what I got. So I beefed it up with this extra little piece here, and I don't know if I can get another bend. I'm out of sheet metal, I think. I don't know if I can get another bend out of this. Maybe. Mommy gonna let me? Alright. I might be able to get that to bend. Alright. So, that. Get my clamp down. Make sure my spots are lined up. Got my clamp down. And up she goes. No flexing. Brace it. Alright. Now we're done. I'm happy. I have a solution that works for 16 gauge on the regular. And next time you see this, I'll be bending up some stuff for the K100 project. Later.